Good day, everyone. Welcome again to Technical Tuesdays, where we deal with how the market went right, and it actually went great so far, right? And I hope you are excited as well regarding how the week is going. It's only 2 days, right? But at least price action is moving right within our direction. So hope you're gonna enjoy this live uh, trading or not trading but analysis with you, right? So let's put in the chat where you're from, right? If you're joining from Texas, Florida, or even the last time I saw this Bloemfontein as well, so Africa, right? I just wanna know where you're from, and then we can get the roll. I won't say the roll, but we can get the train rolling. That's a correct saying, right? Um, yes, and so the news is quite interesting, right? Fundamentals is quite interesting regarding how the market's operating, and it was last week how the market closed, right, on a weekly time frame. I spoke a lot, right, for not just this month or this week, but for the rest of the months that is leading, right? And so we almost is reaching our in our last quarter, and it's gonna be the market will change according to how it wants to move in the next, like I said, the next month that's coming, right? So I'm gonna remove myself as always, just to give a bit of freedom within the market, so you can just see, because sometimes I notice that um my screen sometimes block you know candle structure or the mount zone, etc., etc., right? So for our students and receivers watching, this was a Dixie. We know the Dixie, aka the dollar, as well as Euro USD and the triple Q, right? And the Dixie was, from where the market ended, right, regarding the weekly time frame, it ended, or I won't say ended, but it closed in this particular area, right? You all see that, and let me just be more precise and just and the session breaks. So that is where the market ended, right? So once that is happening, I throwed down this downtrend line just to give a little bit of framework in terms of how the market will, go accordingly to the next day or two, or the week or the rest of the week. And we have seen that more or less price action followed this particular pattern, right? Not to the T, but a framework of how it will, right? And we have seen a breakout to the upside, right? In terms of our price action when accordingly, and that is this area over here, right? So just take note of that as well. So I'm gonna, just add on to how the market's operating, so I can draw out another downtrend, right? And just move this out of the way before the market or the chart gets a little bit busy. And from that point, we draw out our supply zone, right? And we remember we're still on the 1 hour time frame as well. But I'm just recapping of how the market operated, right? And with that as well, just move this to my right hand side and show you how the market operated within our demand zone, right? So And so now we have a rally, base rally, right? So, and this was our, you can tell me what, entry was this, right? You can just put it in the chat what type of entry was that, right? So this was a confirmation entry, right? Um, and with a proximal entry as well, right? So that's a way of how you can also read the market. So that is where the buyers came in and it just shot up, or in another term went long, right? So once we have that in place as well, what price action can do now, it is, you know if price action retraces, it can either have a double top, right, and drop again, or it can play in this area, right, and try to reach a new high, right, try to make a new high. However, if price action 2 comes down, right, and it plays in this particular area, there might be a possibility that it will drop, right, to this particular demand zone that you are seeing at the bottom end, right? And so this demand zone I'm speaking about is this one over here, because that will be our next opposing demand zones, if not demand zones but demand zone, if price action like this particular area, right? This particular area know how to do our enhances, and they can go according to plan regarding that as well. So that's in 1 hour, but go to the 4 hour, we can also see how long a price action sit in this particular area. Now that is also not indicating strength as well, right? And if you want to confirm that the downtrend is forming, right? So we have a drop, we have a correction, is making a new lower high, right? And the price action to come down again to this particular area again, it can continue and make a full downtrend, right? In terms of a high, a low, a lower high, right? And then a lower low as well, right? So just have that at the back of your mind as well. So that is how it is looking, right? So if you had the information and you transfer it to the Euro USD, it will be exactly the same. But now remember, this is a 4 hour time frame. And before I go there, I want to just show you how almost accurate I was, right, recording this particular, charting. And let me just move this quickly away. As we have seen, we are seeing, a touch. We are seeing another touch, right? And we saw a third touch happening. And with the fourth touch that just happened, um, was it 3 hours later or 4 hours later, we have seen that price action actually break through this particular uptrend, right? That particular uptrend. So That was our fourth touch breakthrough, and now our students will also know what is happening, right, in this particular area, right? But obviously, there's high level coaching, so I'm not gonna, say anything regarding that. But you will know what is going on for the students, and so this particular pattern almost played out, right? In terms of playing in this particular area, and this is what I noticed, right? Playing in this particular area, or let me just use a box, right? Playing in this particular area and seeing what price action will do afterwards, right? Whether to break down and resist the mount zone or carry on, right? But remember what I just showed a few seconds, or I think a minute or two ago, regarding high level coaching. um, Look at that as well. I do want to say is this: if price action do sit in this particular area, because I'm just seeing as well how the candles are forming, right? And so remember, this is our daily time frame. Now, just picture this as well. When we are seeing this is a correction, right? Happening, right? Very important. What is happening over here as well? And this you need to ask yourself when you want to see how you know the daily time frame candles closes. That is why I love the daily time frame, because once you know what is happening on 1 hour in terms of candle structure and market structure, once you come on the daily time frame, it can take a bit of a while, but you can notice certain patterns, right? And once we add that in place, we can even go to the weekly time frame just to give a more perspective, right? So this week can form a base, right? As is a little bit a picture that you can um, tell yourself and indicate to yourself as well. But coming down to again to this 4 hour, right? We are actually seeing a pullback happening, right? And like I said, it took about 3 days, right, for this to happen, right? For this correction to happen. Now, I won't take it from there. I won't take it from here, from this particular area. So we have a rally, right? I know there's something happening, but in the full movement, we have a rally, right? And then we have a pullback happening. So our next, you know, possibly direction that price action will go is try to make a new high, right? In terms of theory of a trend, right? So that might happen, right? And picture this. Let me just delete some things, right? So if you move this particular, you know, I can't come to this word now, but if you move this particular, chart pattern, right, of how price action can move or might move, right? We are particularly more or less on the same track in terms of playing within this particular area. However, now we are seeing will price action reaches potential or opposing demand zone, right? Or is there a hidden potential demand zone the price action can respect on a lower time frame, right? So this is where it get more interesting in terms of price action can drop and have a retracement, right, to the upside before price action reaches this demand zone, or price action will follow this particular market pattern, right? That we analyze as well. So that's just the feel that I'm getting from the Euro USD. Right, I am more concerned on a high time frame, like the 4 hour time frame, um, in terms of how price action took so many days or 3 days to be exact, just to get to this particular point, right? And in theory, as a rally, right? So when I say rally, that was our low, it's making our high, it's making our higher low, and potentially it will make our high, right? So there's just one way of looking at the market as well. However, you might check the news as well, and there we go. I don't want to talk on this live, and then you don't see my face at all. So there's my beautiful face. I know I'm making you smile. So that put a 8 in the chat. 8 in the chat if you're getting value as well, because I know I was going long on information. So just put a 8 in the chat. 8 in the chat, and then we can take it from there as well. All right. Okay. So regarding the news, right? So we on Tuesday, we were here, right? And news came out, and we had the core CPI as well. They came out, so we saw that it was a little bit so strength, but not at that strength that we needed. So on Euro USD, we have seen a drop happening, right? And let's go on 1 hour. So I've seen a drop happening, and then we are seeing that little bit of price action momentum when I go long, right? But it's not guaranteed as yet. Also because of how the market is a little bit quiet now, right? And if we go to back to the forex factory regarding our fundamentals, you can see where the red files are, right? And we can just go down to Thursday, and here we can see Thursday. Now it will have our core, right? Information that will happen or drop. And then we also have the unemployment claims as well that will come out on Thursday. Now it will be Thursday at 2:30. That's more or less when the New York session will open. And that is where we will see how the market will operate. Right. So I'm excited for Thursday. And so we're going back to the markets, right? And wherever, I'm gonna give you a hint there again, on a daily time frame, wherever you see how Wednesday will close, it will give a good indication how Thursday might go, right? So now I've been talking a lot about Euro USD, and now we have it regarding the triple Q. And I'm gonna go to the 1 hour, right? And so before we go over here, right? We want to look at what is happening in this section, right? Because that section will tell us exactly how price action will go, right? So the market works in a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? And when we have a break down and terminate this particular uptrend, right? And in this case, we also have In this case, we also have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, and then we have a higher low again. Now price action is making another higher high, and price action can break to the upside and break that trend line, right? So once I have that, and we can move it now to where the charts is, how price action is moving. So what we have noticed, we are noticing a price action is most likely looking at this particular, market pattern, right? So here we go. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's actually there, right? And coming to the chart, it's actually there. Or it's always a or, it's always a but, right? Price action can also stipulate that area as well, right? And it's also moving up. So I don't want to give a lot of information, but we have this area over there, right, as well. So what is that? That is our supply zone. We cannot yet confirm that price action will complete that particular price action movement, because price action and higher, no, that, yeah, the high level coaching will highlight that towards you. That is only at the 50% mark, right? If it do rises, and you must wait for that confirmation to happen. If it do rises and price action comes back up, and we follow through to this particular, or trying to make a higher high, price action most likely can break to the upside, right? So that is what I am seeing within the market, and I know it's gonna be, you know, a little bit of challenging, um, towards you, but we need to, wait for confirmation because our price action will move. And this is another one. If price action do fall, right, and go short again, that's just demand zone. We can see the downplay that will happen, right? So let's move this out of the way so we all see that, right? So we want to have the confirmation. So in order for this to happen, it needs to try to make a new high. Price action must go there, and most likely go, go higher. Or the price action is looking like this. Price action fall down, it can continue to break down that particular demand zone. So it's at now at the 50-50. So you must just, look how the market will go, and then you take it from there. Right? So that's all from me, team. I hope you had a lovely trading, I was gonna say trading session again, but had a outlook, a weekly outlook of how the market will go according to the Tixi, as well as Euro USD, and lastly the triple Q. Alright? So take it easy, team. I will see you next week, same place and same time. So take it easy. Bye.